Brumbo, happy Sunday, my dude. How you doing? Sweet, man. Which one are you working on? Are you doing the academy or are you doing one of the boxes? Baby tier AD box. Dude, there's nothing wrong with that. I still go do the baby tier AD boxes uh, whenever I want to go test stuff out. I mean, it's not a bad place to do it. Learned a lot about NXC. You talking for NetExec? Yeah. I'm still working on learning a few of the tricks for NetExec. Maybe we'll do a little hack the box there. I don't know. But I want to just dive into some Mythic C2 dev stuff again tonight because that's where we were last night and having a good time with it. I got to figure out where it's. I was just having a discussion with somebody about it, and they were certain that it was not using an await function. Like I can absolutely see it is. All right, let's kick it off. Happy Sunday, everybody. Wait, my camera's not on. There I am. Happy Sunday, y'all. I'm still waking up. I passed out for a short nap, and that's why I'm a few minutes late. So apologies for my tardiness. I'll still flagellate later. I haven't opened my Jocko drink yet. Today is green, but you can't tell because it's a green screen. So this is sour apple. I do miss when they used to call it sour apple sniper. They all had military themed names, and I loved it. Oh yeah, precise. I need to find something here. So one of the things that's messing me up is I need some damn line numbers. So let's look at. I changed my. Let's see. In editor. Let's see. Can I tell it to show me the line numbers? Visual Studio show line number. Where's this looking? Oh, it's in all languages general. That's right. There we go. All right, so this is in process. This is in process.sacrificial process. I had someone ask, I was discussing this in the Mythic Bloodhound chat, and I wanted to see, and somebody was like, it's not using any awaits. And I was like, yeah, it sure is. Right here. This is in the process and namespace. Why am I so blind I can't see this? Oh, I think it had been right here. Maybe it's not under tasks. Maybe that's the issue I'm running. Agent code? That's just Apollo. Let's see. Management? Ah, here we go. This is probably under... This is an external source, is that it? Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is in Apollo, agent code, process, sacrificial process. So here, that's not under interrupt. This would be under Apollo. Agent. Crap, what did I see it? Apollo. Payload type. Yeah. Show me it again. Give me the hover over. There we go. Agent code process, sacrificial process. Let me go look at this real quick. So. Ah, here we are. I got you now. You have to remember, my C# is positively shit tier right now, so I'm still gonna be working on that. Oh, we already did software and game dev. All right, cool. I figured that'd be a good spot to be for tonight. All right, so we look at the process. Sacrificial process. Yep, that's where we're at right here. So this particular breakpoint, sacrificial process, line 5-8. Let me send this to this guy real quick. So. See, is there a way to like copy the relative path to it? Copy. That'll work. Let's see. Let me send this to this guy real quick. Line 5-8. Go. Okay, so let's see where this is actually going with all this. So what's happening is we're hitting that async and wait. It's trying this out here, but I don't know where to see how this is doing. So maybe we just need to go read up on how async awaits work in C#. Go head over to, I'm actually going to try something. Don't hate me. We're going to go to Bing. I know that sounds weird, but I accidentally started using Bing when I set up my new work laptop, and it's been working phenomenal. It's been working so much better than Google. Like, what kind of twisted fever dream timeline am I in right now? Let's see. So let's do. Actually, this would be not just C#, but .NET async await. Here's how their little AI stacks up. Here, let's do a side by side. Take that exact same thing. Go to Google. I'm gonna search for that same thing here. .NET async await. And so for some, because I'm not logged into Google, it's not giving me the actual explanation of it here. Let's see what they've got for their training AI here. So async await keywords in C# are used to write asynchronous code that's easy to read and maintain. They allow you to write code that looks synchronous but runs asynchronously, enabling your application to remain responsive while performing long-running operations. All right, cool. So this modifier is used to declare a method, lambda expression, or anonymous method as asynchronous. It allows you to use the await keyword within the method. So this the await keyword is used to asynchronously wait for the task to complete. So this is not too dissimilar from JavaScript, except when you did the await in JavaScript, it actually paused the thread execution. Just waited for it to return. Let's see. So here's a class example. Task main. I'm gonna do some stuff. But we actually have a try catch happening in our async. Yeah. Keep this down for now. Don't really need it. So this is task factory start new. And it's going to use wait handle, so wait for exclusive access to a shared resource, wait any handle. One thing we could try and do also is we could actually uncomment these. Where's uncomment? I gotta learn my new key combinations. How are you? Yeah, I know this in VS Code, I just don't know it in Visual Studio. Active snippet. Okay. I'll have to figure out how to do that, but let's uncomment some of this. Actually, I take that back. I don't want to undo these parts here. What I want to do is find these. So this gets us a standard out async. This guy right here. We get a standard error async. We get an exit wait forever. Okay, so I need to comment that out. Oh, so actually I take that back because this is going to start the wait forever right here. All right, I think I just need to unscrew up everything. I thought this was debugging code, and as I read it more carefully, I realized that's not even close to debugging. All right, let's see. So await handle encapsulates operating system specific object that waits for exclusive access to a shared resource. So where else do we see standard out task listed? It's a lot of code. Go ahead, just RTFC this from the beginning, which is going to be a pain. But I think that might be what we have to do. Okay, so sacrificial process comes from the AI interop process. Oh no, this is just making the public class. Never mind. All right. So if we spawn it under a new LUID, this would be like if we were spawning it with a new login user ID. I think that's what this is standing for here. So if we spawned it under, we have a LUID for Windows, right? If we spawned it under ours, then we'd have access to all of our authentication tokens and Kerberos tickets. Otherwise, it would be this one right here. Let's go take a look at this. All right, so we're going to define a whole. We're going to define some static variables. Oh, these are some our constants, like if we're going to block non-Microsoft binaries. I hate whenever I sneeze on microphone. Let's see, so then we're going to get new process information, we're going to do startup info, create a process flag, security, private read-only, auto reset. This is funny, if server 2012. So the process, create process as a user. Right, it's complaining about that. So here's the public function for the sacrificial process. And so this is doing a lot of low-level Windows calls. It's just using them wrapped inside of .NET. Let's take a look at what we got here. So we got our p-initialized security descriptor, login user, create process as a user, process with login. See what the difference between these are. Login W and token W. There's a difference between here. So this one creates a new process and its primary thread. Then the new process runs as the specified executable file in the security context of the specified credentials. User, domain, and password. Okay, so that's with a login credential. And then with token, this is probably with their main thread token. So create a new process and its primary thread. The new process runs the security context of the specified token. It can optionally load the user profile or the specified user. Okay. So this process calls create process with token W. The process that calls it must have the SC impersonate name privilege. So anytime if you ever looked at like what token permissions you've got in Mimikatz and you see the SC impersonate, this is what they're talking about. I believe that's the same thing. If I'm wrong, let me know and I will hang my head in shame. All right, so let's see what else we can get going here. Collapse all that down because we're not worried about server 2012. Let me. Really, not gonna let me collapse that part? Oh, that was just the end diff. Okay. Let's see. So then we're setting up some more base variables here. What does that tilde modifier do in there? Surely that's not just the name. .NET tilde operator. And tilde 31. That's a bitwise not operator, basically inverts the bits. That doesn't sound right though, because what the hell are you inverting here? What is there random tilde in here? We see tilde operator for functions. Actually, I guess this would be a C# convention. There we go. What's a tilde mean in front of a class method? Yeah, this is what I was looking for right here. Usually it's used for making a destructor or finalizer method. It's seldomly used in a garbage collection environment unless there's a cleanup code associated with it. Interesting. Let's see what this is. Nope, that's not going to work either. Let's see. Was a tilde before a function name? Let's see. This is the weirdest little video. Operators used to call a member function or method when an instance of the target class is not stored in a variable. So Big Doggy, does that mean it gets run as the variable gets freed up? This is what it knows. Hey, this is the last thing we run instead of the initializer. This is the destructor. Gets called when the object is cleaned up. Gotcha. Okay. That's what he meant by destructor. Gotcha. Thank you. Big Doggy is good. Big Doggy is nice. Also, happy Sunday, man. Here we are. Let's see. So I'm not so worried about the destructor. Let's close this up. Here's our sacrificial process exit. So our initialized startup environment. You know what we could do, actually, come to think of it. So right now our agent is running. If we pop back over to Cali. Damn it, I gotta log back in. Is it admin? I gotta go get the password. Let's log back in over to Mythic. And then, because we can see the check-in is like being steady, means it's constantly checking in. So if we run this again, we should hit our breakpoint. Okay. Cool. So we hit the breakpoint in sacrificial process. What does our call stack look like? All right, so we've got Apollo interrupt. It does task run start. Then we're gonna do process sacrificial process start. Okay, so let's go to this line of code. Line 561, just pop up to that. Okay, so there's proc start. That's where it's calling this. Process sacrificial process start. Process sacrificial process. It's our start method. It's funny it listed it as, I know you can't read it, but down here it listed as 561. It's actually showing up as 529. But all right, so when it starts, it's going to check, is it the original identity? What's our case for this? Do we still have that listed in here? It's looking for score. Here we go. Let's go check this. So we're looking for the get identity manager is original identity. Let's see what this evaluated to right here. I wanted to check this. So we got the variables here. I don't know if we can get what the original thing that happened here was. I mean, it's got to be the original identity because it's not. We're not saying any credentials to it. Hey, Earthphone. So we're working on a command and control program called Mythic, and written by a really awesome dude. And I've been just bitching and moaning about stuff, and I say that lovingly, but because I didn't know diddly about Mythic, I was just finding bugs in it all the time. And so finally I told Cody, who's one of the two primary maintainers for it, I was like, all right, I will finally start helping fix some of the stuff I'm finding rather than just complaining about it. So we're going through and we're looking at some of the code. I am muddling my way through my C# and .NET because my skill level there is positively shit tier. And I know diddly about Visual Studio, except what you're seeing me do right now. And also debugging is not one of my strong suits. So we're doing a lot of what I call following the FA-FO loop, which is fiddle around and find out. So we're making an update to the Apollo payload, because what we're seeing is whenever we come through and we do this run executable command.exe, for example, what this should do is it should spawn command.exe and then pass in these parameters right here. And for some reason, the code here is not allowing this to run. And that's running for a lot of different tools in this case. And so one of the weird things we've got here is we see that when we run PowerShell, it does the same thing, but not when we run PowerShell functions. So if I ran get process from PowerShell, that will return. So Bash Coder tries to update a Java app. Yeah, right. That's exactly how I am. So the bad thing about what I've done is the single coding language I have the most experience with is JavaScript, sadly enough. And it's because I wrote the front end for Deimos C2 years ago. And so while that was very helpful for doing web penetration tests, which I used to do a lot of, and hopefully, God willing, I will not have to do any more for a very long time. Thankfully, it at least helps me get an idea of some of this a tiny bit. But obviously, JavaScript is not strongly typed. I mean, I've had lots of coding experience in the past, but not any kind of severe depth to it. So this is what I'm trying to finally say, okay, let's build a lot of depth inside of one language. I'll take that back. I got pretty deep into JavaScript. Ugh. Just feel dirty saying that. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to resume execution here. I want to try something else. I want to see, do we hit this breakpoint when we run PowerShell? So some of our other PowerShell commands weren't running in here, right? So if we look at this, for example, let's see. Actually, the PowerShell commands were running, but they weren't returning any output. So instead of running command.exe, if we ran PowerShell, and what we did is for our argument, we just did exe. Yeah, that should work right there. And let's see. And yeah, so see it with our check-in timer. So our heartbeat has stopped, so that means we know we hit the breakpoint in the code. So we're back here exactly where we needed to be. And then if we go look at this again, let's look at the process tree real fast. Where is that? Processes. Just showing the one it's just showing the one Apollo process right now. This ping in Windows will be endless because typically what should happen here is this code should go spawn. Oh, you know, shit, the ads just ran. Let's give it a second. We'll let the ads finish here, but this is interesting. So hitting this one. Hey Ronan, what's up, man? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Let's give about 20 more seconds and the ads should wrap up. And then I was going to explain something that one of Earthworm was asking about. Yeah, man, I do. It's just Blaze Bits on YouTube. And I'm actually working on, I'm going to start putting on a few more cybersecurity videos. Eventually, I'll put some cool stuff about Mythic on there as well. I just haven't had a chance to yet. So, all right, Earthworm, now that the ads are over. So here's what was happening. That ping, in specifically the one I called, is going to be an infinite because I used TAC T right here. And the only reason I did that is because I wanted the process to keep running so I could debug it. And so what should happen is this process should fork like this.
Caution. A virus has been detected.
Oh!
Massey's tech virus detected in the network.
The Massey's tech virus. Holy shit. With the 35. Hey, man, what's going on? Dropped in there. Welcome in, Raiders. Yo, what's up, dude? What were you working on tonight? Where the YouTube shorts? So I've actually am working with an editor, and if I find some funny stuff, I'll have him cut out some shorts in there. I have some ideas for doing some like funny hacker skits. Like I just freaking love the skits where it's like one person playing multiple roles, doing like the Eddie Murphy style skit. And so I've got a couple ideas for some. The only reason I hadn't started is because I don't know how to get like a consistent flow of them. I wanted to be able to like put out some frequent ones. Matty, it's going really good. Just getting started. Doing some development on Mythic C2, which is a very cool open source command and control framework. So if you're familiar with things like Metasploit would be more like a framework, but things like Cobalt Strike or Nighthawk, those are platforms. They have some extensibility to them, but they're closed source. Mythic is the idea is it provide the user all the stuff so you can go craft your own things. So one of the agents that or implants that you use on Apollo or in Mythic is called Apollo, and that's what we're working on right now. We're trying to fix a bug in it where some of our commands that we want to run, they should fork. Oh, in fact, here, this is what you were just asking about, Eartham, and I got distracted by our awesome raid. So here's what I was looking at. Oh, hang on, I got to bring up the iPad real fast. Stand by. Let's see. Also, by the way, Raiders, everybody welcome in. My name's Blaze. I am a offensive security dude. I've been in IT for 14 years. Yeah. And I've been doing penetration testing for 6 years. And then now just recently switched to red teaming. I like forks. Forks are the superior implement, except when eating soup. See if I can get the iPad to come up here. And then I'll explain what this is doing. Come on. You can do it. Hey, now we're talking. Get this set up. So there was an update to the mirroring software, which actually works a lot better. However, whenever I move this window, get down here. When I move this window down here, I can't resize it. I don't know if you can see that, but like it won't let me resize it. So I have to resize it before I move it down. Okay. Twitch hackathon? All right, man. Dude, yeah, I know how it is, dude, when you raid out and you're like, I gotta go eat or I gotta go take care of life stuff. But thanks for the raid and stopping in, brother. I appreciate it. Like, let me go grab you. Follow real fast. I haven't been. So I can check out your stuff. Right. Very cool. So here's what should happen whenever we're working this, and I'll explain the error that we're getting once this comes up. So what's happening, we've got our C2 server, right? This is Mythic, and it is communicating using HTTP to one of our implants on here. So let's say this is our victim computer, right? So on our victim computer, we're running Apollo. That's the name of the implant. So on the Apollo process, what should happen is when we want to run something, we might have worked very hard to get this like during an offensive security operation, and we don't want to kill it. So the common convention that a lot of command and control programs use is they do what's called a fork and run. So they'll fork a process down, like let's say, for example, command exe, and then they'll go run items in that fork. So that way, if it crashes or it does something stupid, because a lot of the hacker tools are written by hackers and not professional programmers, it just crashes this one process and doesn't actually kill your implant. So what we're running into here in this specific example, so that's called a fork and run. So what should happen here is our Apollo process, let's call it Apollo exe, should do a fork down to like command.exe here. And then what should happen is command should actually be running through a wrapper with a name pipe. And so we'll have a name pipe that we can use to read traffic in and out to it, I believe. Nah, just out. And so this is going to give us back our standard out and our standard error right here. So this is what should happen. This everything should be running in command exe. The problem is when command exe finishes, for some reason, this step here is not executing. The standard out and the standard error, it doesn't realize that command exe has died or is done and needs to capture the output. So there's something going on with this asynchronous code here, because what should happen is you can issue multiple tasks to your C2 and you don't want it to hose up the system. So let me see if I can give a good example here. Let me turn off the debugger real quick. And what we'll do is we will where's my debug? Breakpoints. Let me turn this off real fast. So I'm going to run the same example that's been breaking for us, right? Which is this ping command. So what should happen is this ping command should be running in here. And if we go validate that it's running, like in Process Hacker, we see it right here. So I wonder if I can blow this up. Make it bigger. Zoom in. Come on, zoom in. Urgh. Wish I could follow it. This kind of stuff makes my own quiver. I need to learn more about it. It's pretty fun stuff. If you actually, a great place if you want to learn more about this, I have not gone through this yet, but it is on my massive to-do list, is the Maldev Academy right here. And I'll drop a link to it over in chat. I'm actually thinking about creating a new agent for Apollo. Not for Apollo. I'm stuck on Apollo. I'm thinking about making a fresh new agent in C for Mythic, and just to implement the ideas here. So I've talked to the creators of Maldev. They said I can use the ideas and the learning path that they've laid out, but they just don't want me to use their code snippets. And here I will give you a very basic explanation, like some of how it works. So like here's like basics of coding. So if you didn't know C, it will give you like, hey, this is kind of how some of this stuff works. And so it's very well laid out. They've got some code examples in here and explain it. It's super sweet. As you can see, I didn't get very far in it before I had to task switch. I only got to module 25, and there are 91 just in the base course. Then, if you've got lifetime access, they actually come through and they provide updates. So they're already up to update 13 now. And they're doing really cool stuff like library proxy loading. So utilizing callback to proxy the loading of a DLL, concealing the call stack in the original caller of the thread. So all these cool malware techniques implemented in C. Super awesome code. So thinking about trying to work on this, but I've been using Apollo a lot lately. In fact, I'm working on a project at work where I'm trying to train Apollo to do certain tasks, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to get this done. So when I was doing this, I kept running into this specific error right here, where like, hey, I need to translate some activities we did in a different C2 called Covenant over to Mythic, and I kept running into this issue right here. So it's been causing me no end to headache, and I finally told Cody, the guy who originally started the Mythic project, I would help out. So this is me muddling through and beginning learning process of brushing up on my C#, my .NET, my Visual Studio foo, and debugging. 4 things I'm not really sharp on. But I have a firm belief in following what I call the FAFO loop, which is fiddle around and find out. For polite company. You can guess what the F is for non-polite company. Hey, Oni, what's up, my man? Happy Sunday, dude. So, yep, I used to stream a lot, streaming like 6 days a week. Unfortunately, life has happened and I had to cut back on that. So right now I'm just streaming on Saturdays and Sundays. And usually on Saturdays we do like a news review. Like, hey, this is cool shit that happened in the cybersecurity world over the week. And then we'll work on some other hacking projects. So sometimes we'll be doing like Hack the Box, or sometimes we'll work on the home lab and developing cool lab scenarios for testing stuff out. Lots of Windows Active Directory. So a ton of fun stuff. Let's see. So compared to TCM Academy and Hack the Box, how well do you recommend Maldev Academy? It's a bit different scenario there. So TCM Academy and Hack the Box Academy, is that what they call it? Those are more for general cybersecurity practices. The Maldev Academy, the stuff you'll be learning there is, I don't know if they have any Linux modules. It's pretty much tailored to attacking Windows programmatically and learning the ways that malware developers actually use to build their stuff. So, I need to go fix something. I just heard a beep go off that shouldn't go off for another hour. So, a bit different in there. Hey, Tonka, thanks for the Prime, dude. So, I do like the TCM. So to compare those two. Actually, you know what? I've just realized TCM is Cyber Mentor. I was thinking that was gosh, what's that other one? What we were doing with Salty on stream. Let's Hack the Box Academy is different. Try Hack Me. There we go. I was thinking Try Hack Me. I actually have not used the TCM Academy. That one I just haven't gotten into to take a look at. So I don't usually recommend TCM for that reason. But the Hack the Box side of things is a lot more self-discovery. The other side of the one that I like is Try Hack Me. That one's a lot more directed, and it's like, hey, this is what you're trying to accomplish, and here's how you accomplish it. It's a lot more hand-holdy, but they are both great. I really like both of them. Would you clone yourself or maybe have more than 24 hours in a day? Yeah, no kidding. I wish. If I could just go without that pesky thing called sleep, and if I didn't have 2 little kids that just demand affection and time. Hey, no problem, man. Dude, this is a complete learning stream. Come in, ask questions. The folks that have been watching me for a long time, like Oni and all the others, feel free to ask, because I will just drop what I'm doing and go down a rabbit hole. It's part of that embracing the FAFO, or the hack around and find out loop, if you want to call it that. But HAFO doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Gotta go to sleep eventually. Yeah, I know, man. You're on a 682-day streak on Try Hack Me? Damn. That's awesome, honey. Sleep? What's sleep? Sleep is what I get when I'm exhausted. In fact, case in point, I totally forgot what we were doing, so I can answer that question comparing TCM to Hack the Box. Okay, so yeah, here we go. We've got this running. Actually, you know what I want to try and do is I want to go turn that breakpoint back on. Because if I change this from executing PowerShell... Actually, let me go try something. There's a different breakpoint over here I want to turn on. So these are all busted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to terminate these. Terminate. And then terminate. And then terminate that one. These are all dangling processes that these were never going to exit anyway, because they had ping with the tac T argument to them, they were just gonna go away. All right, so let me terminate that one. So you see how we had all those processes running under Apollo? Those were part of the fork and run pattern. They weren't running code inside of Apollo specifically. Now, there actually are ways to do that, which we'll probably dabble with way down the line, but it's called running a COF, or a common object file. And that will basically develop shell code that can be run directly in the Apollo process. And it's a lot stealthier, but it's also a lot more risky, because if your COF code, or BOF if you're used to Cobalt Strike, but if that code isn't legit, you can crash your implant. And like I said, you might have worked really hard to get that implant, so you don't want to crash it. Sleep's just a function, yeah. It's a biological function as well as a programming function. All right. And so one of the other errors that we're seeing here that's a symptom of this is, see how all these processes are still running? Waiting for message, waiting for message. If we use the jobs command here, what should happen is it should see, hey, these are the things you've got running in the background, running as forks. And look at all the stuff it thinks we have running. None of these processes obviously exist. Apollo has no child processes running. So that's one thing we're trying to figure out right now. But I want to go turn one of those breakpoints back on. Because when we do this with PowerShell and we do a... Here, let me diagram this out real quick. We clear this up here. So, for example, if we have Apollo here, and if we do a fork for command exe, right, this one hoses up. If we do a fork for PowerShell, and let's say it's running another executable like ping.exe, this one hoses up. However, if we do PowerShell, but we only have it do PowerShell functions, it works. It works just fine. And then if we use something called PowerPick, which is an unmanaged PowerShell instance that we inject, that one actually works just fine. So this one works and this one works. So let's go try something real quick. Let's go validate this real quick, because PowerShell, just using PowerShell functions like get process, should work. It was working. I want to just make sure I'm not having a fever dream. So if I run PowerShell get process, and our PID is 7532, so we could just pass that one to it. 7532. So we run this one. Right there. See, so this actually worked just fine. But however, you saw when we ran, if I run PowerShell, this syntax is a little bit different. I'm using the, let's call it the less friendly version of it. I could do the same thing if I just do like PowerShell ping.exe tact 127001. And if I run that, what's going to happen is it's never going to be returning any output as it comes back. I think it eventually ends and never returns it. That's probably not a good example. Let's do another. Let's do PowerShell. Who am I? That's a better example because it gives definite output and it just dies. That's not good when it's stuck on agent processing. That's no bueno. We didn't hit a breakpoint, did we? No. Our command prompt. Where's our... Oh, this might be hanging because we've got that one ping running. Let's terminate. And then let's go see if it actually cleared up. We get our data back now. Yeah, there we go. So see how this one finished, but no data came back? And same thing here. It finished, but no data came back. So now, but if I run... We already showed that if we just stick to PowerShell, it works fine. For some reason, when we include those extra PE executables, it just flips shit out on us and goes crazy. But for something else, if we do with PowerPick, Let me try this real quick. Let me go back to my breakpoints. I'm going to turn on the one when it hits the sacrificial process, because that's what it's doing here. And what we'll do is we'll do power pick. Who am I? Real fast. Process like that to let that run for just a second. It should have returned real fast. It gives us the same output back when you do it either way. What does our process tree look like? See how we have run DLL32 loaded in here? And so what we're using is we're using run DLL32 if we to handle executing the power pick PowerShell injection. I'm not totally familiar with that process, but that's what we're doing here. So back over here. I'm surprised this isn't working though, because this was working when I was doing this on Friday. Let's see if I can kill that job here. Look at our jobs. So this was task 26 right there. Damn it! I think we've hosed up this agent, so that's fine. Because what we can do is, so rather than generating like a standalone executable, we set some configuration files in the Apollo code and we just had it run. So let's do a restart of the application. So it should be running, and then, all right, cool. So that is up. And if we come back over here, now we've got a new callback that just happened. So this callback is dead. We posted up. Let's bring this one up. Let's try that again real quick. So if we do power pick who am I.exe. Oh, I need to change the sleep value too. Sleep 0, -1. Really? So now this one is hosting up. This was not causing issues before whenever I did this. Yeah, so if we do the PowerShell, a lot of people don't realize this, but PowerShell is actually kind of an overlay to conhost. And here, I can actually show you this. So that is obviously still running back there. Let's go look at the process tree. See, we got the run DLL32 happening here. If I terminate this, in theory, we should see that this is done. It doesn't look like it finished in here. But here, I'll give you a good example here. So if we do PowerShell ping tac t, and that just makes it an infinite ping, 001. So that's going to make sure the process stays alive so we can examine the process tree. And if I go do the same thing with power pick, you'll see the difference here. And so if we come look at our tree here, and why is it not actually, hold on, why is it not showing up in here? This should have shown up just fine. Did power pick cause the issue? You know, I noticed after we used power pick is when it started flipping out on us. Let's hide this callback. Don't need that one anymore. Interesting. So, yeah, there's definitely some kind of bug in the way it's handling this. If I had to guess, now I don't even have the knowledge to make an educated guess on it. But hold on, let's go restart it again because this one looks like it hosed up as well. So let's do this. Let's go restart it one more time. Oh no, we hit a breakpoint. That's why it's not doing it. God, I'm a dummy. Continue. There we go. I was like, why is it not running? This shouldn't have broken it. Because I hit the damn breakpoint. I forgot I turned the breakpoint back on. I told you, I'm scrubbed here. So let's go look at this again, quick. Yeah, here we go. So see how power pick is actually returning this data just fine. And we have 25 lines of output, 26, 27, 28, 29. It's incrementing as it goes through. This one right here, for some reason, is like just spazzing out. Did I turn on some debugs? Is that what I did? I try another spawn 2? Yeah, we could. Let's see. If we wanted to do spawn 2 for 64, gosh, what would it be? Yeah, what was the one I used in Cobalt Strike? Let's go look at it real quick. Where's my Cobalt Strike tools? Here we go. And then let's look at the profile mods. So for 64-bit, I think I had this backwards. Isn't SysWow 64 the 64-bit version? I want to say I had those backwards whenever I did this, and I just never updated this in here. Oh, we'll try it. That's not right. Not the Maldev Academy. That would be a neat trick. Copy. Paste. There we go. Except I need to adjust this. 64 is the 32? Okay. I could have sworn I have read conflicting reports of that, Ronan. So we're going to go with what you said, though. Alright, so we need to change this because I had double backslashes in here. So let's take this out. Path to the application, arguments. There we go. Take this. Okay. That should be it. So if we try a different spawn 2, like for DLL host. That's what I remember. And see, that's what I thought also, Ronan, but I could have sworn I read conflicting info on that, back and forth. So now, instead of using run DLL32, it should be using DLL host. So if we go run the power pick version again, we got an error here. The error. See, I'm thinking it was SysWow 64. Yeah. Okay, so it was SysWow 64 for the 64, because this is all 64-bit code. Yeah, so this was backwards. I could have sworn I read somewhere that this should have been swapped. Hang on. I'm going to fix it right now. We'll just commit directly to the repo. Why? Because I said so. There we go. Okay. Got that here. But now if we go look at the process tree, let's see. So here we go. See, now we're using DLL host instead of run DLL32. So we do have run DLL32 here, but this is the new one we just ran for our ping. All right. So let's go take a look at the code again. Let's see where we can figure out an interesting way to process this. So what's happening here is this await function is happening, and then after this await happens, the debugger just kind of glosses over it. So there's got to be something else we can do here. So wait for an exclusive access to a shared resource. Wait any. Waits for any of the elements of the specified array to receive a signal. So that's a new handle. But that's an empty handle, so what's it waiting for? Or is this the definition of what it's waiting for? It's just waiting for this wait handle here. Okay, so this gets a wait handle that is signaled when the token is canceled. So I'm guessing that is the forked process's main thread. I think that's what that is. wonder if sysnative works if you need system 32. I'm not sure, man. I always have to go look it up each time. I actually almost wish I had access to Copilot so I could get this to tell me what the hell it's doing. Let's see. It's the cancellation token associated with the cancellation token source. And then the wait handle is wait handle that signaled when the token is canceled. Object disposed exception. Okay. So it's going to try this with no catch operation. It's also going to try await all for these tasks for standard out task, standard error. Yeah, so I don't know why this is. And look, this has just been running, so like we've just got a ton of output back. Let me go ahead and kill this process here. That was our power pick. Let's do a jobs command. I think it's that one. That one. Here's another update I wanted to make to this, so it would tell you which job ID it was associated to it, because if you run the same command multiple times, it's like, how do you know which one you're going to kill? There we go. Definitely got it. A lot of everything in Mythic in the back end is UUIDs that are then prettified for the front end, so make it easier for the user to operate. All right, so yeah, so the power pick version is working. Let me try doing another one. Power pick. I'm going to turn this breakpoint back off, so when it hits this try block in the wait for exit async, I'm going to run this real fast. And then I want to double check the call stack because I want to see something here. So this should hit whenever we run the power pick version. Let's see if we can find a difference in these. Okay, cool. So we see the heartbeat ticking up, so we know that it actually did hit the loop. Cool, so we hit it right here. Let's see. It's our call stack. Here we are. This comes from task power pick start 124. Let's go look at what this is doing. It's down a bit. And if we look at our process tree, we have a ping and a DLL host running. I don't know if it's just running or if it's hosed up. Nope, I can see the jitter, so it actually is running right now. Let's go try something. Let this go ahead and continue, and then I want to look at this chunk of code here fast. Yeah, so see it now, it's dumping output to us. If we look at the process tree, it's still using DLL host. Interesting. So we still have a ping process running here, though. Terminate that. Does that stop our output? It shouldn't. Okay, cool. It is still running. Although I don't know why this chose to spawn it with... Oh, we set it to DLL host. It was run DLL 32. Yeah. Alright, so we've got that killed off now. So... running our unmanaged PowerShell. I terminate this. So I terminate that one. They all catch that it's terminated and they exit. And we register that this command completed. Okay. So let's go see how this is, what it's doing differently here. So what's our call stack? So we're in power pick start when it does this. It's saying 32-bit on the DLL host. Was it? Let's go check it. Let's go run it again and we'll double check it. Go look at the properties. DLL host. Sorry. Oh, one thing I can do is actually I can change. I think there's an architecture. All the order. There we go. Interesting. Yeah, so it is calling it as 32-bit. Oh, it does say process is 32-bit. I guess it would help if I freaking read properly. Interesting that I was trying to see like if any of these others say that though. Like none of these other ones say the process is 32-bit, just DLL host. Oh, it's got like some kind of custom notes in it. I realized that about Process Hacker when it shows that. Let's see here. Well, I just got a message from one of the other guys on. Hang on one second. I need to check something from a different comms channel. Stand by, y'all. Okay. Try using the one in System 32. Alright, let's give it a shot. Actually, you know what? I think we didn't even set a spawn to on this one. Oh, yeah, we did. Okay. So what's the one in System 32? So, System 32 DLL post. 64-bit. Okay, 64 versus 32. Which one's which? Maybe it's not a valid path, Big Doggy. That could have actually, you know what, that's funny because that might have. I had some issues whenever I took the Red Team Ops lab and getting it to properly work with DLL host. Let's go just try it. Let's go see what happens. Let's go set our spawn to. Ask. Oh, you know what? It's not going to run because we're currently debugged. Cool, so we're getting that back. Don't care about that. And then now let's go run that again. And it's gonna, we'll just continue on the breakpoint so we can see the process tree. So this one is the SysWow 64, which is 32-bit. This one is the System 32 one, which is 64-bit. Cool. Maybe that was my confusion. I don't know where the sys native came in, but yeah. So the system 32 one is actually 64-bit. Oh, sorry, no. This, which one is this? The sys wow 64. It's the one with 64 is 32. This is what you were saying, Ronan. It's just the difference was one was in system 32 and one was in sys native. That's why I hate Windows. It's so dumb. Yeah, I get it, man. I definitely get it, bro. Alright. Let me go check these jobs real quick and let's go see if we can kill them. That's for a P ID. I don't want to do that. Alright, jobs. Kill. We'll just kill them all. And so, see, we had one up here. Is it still registering a job? So that's something else we'll need to go figure out is why the jobs queue still shows there's something running in here. See how there's one that's running that it's not actually running in here anymore. So, that's another issue. But I'm not going to worry about that at this exact moment. It took us back over to our debug here. So what was he saying? So this guy was telling me, so the wait for exit async function is only called during process start throughout the project and without awaiting it. So I'm not familiar with .NET async internals at all, but if it's like async for other languages, I'm guessing that function just never runs. So the other fork and run sacrificial process handlers will either use process wait for exit or register a callback for that. Let's see. So if we look at task run line 83, it sets up a wait handle that waits until either the task was killed using the kill command or the process exit callback function signals that the sacrificial process exited. So that await has always existed in the code, so I doubt it's causing too much of an issue. It's just an API that allows other parts of the code to use wait for exit async, wait for the sacrificial process to exit instead of blocking on wait for exit. It's only used once in the other forks of the run command. See, now here's the weird part though. So if we go run the PowerPig version, we turn our breakpoint back on, the sacrificial breakpoint, and we go run this, we get the same thing though. That's what's so odd. So that means the code isn't with this, right? So if we do PowerPig T127001, we hit the breakpoint over here on the wait for async exit. Let's go look at the call stack. So how's the call stack differ here? Let's see. So this is in the PowerPig start. So I want to pin this one. I'm going to close these other ones here because I got a lot open and it's going to be close. All right, I'm going to let this run. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this back over to PowerShell. I'm going to try this again. So look, we've got data coming back on this one. This one's still good. And then if we change this to PowerShell, we can go compare the execution path for PowerPig versus PowerShell. We didn't hit the breakpoint? Processed and waiting for more messages. Interesting. So there's some other kind of blocking happening here. So if we go jobs, and if we kill, I think this PowerPig. Put that into it. This one. Closing pipe on async message received with 0 bytes read. Disconnecting on name pipe on disconnect. So did we hit the breakpoint? We didn't hit the breakpoint for PowerShell? What the hell's going on? Hey, Matt. Yeah, actually, I did that on purpose so I could examine the function tree. Because over here, when it does work, it works when you use PowerPick. This actually updates in real time. We see new lines of data as they're coming in. So we're kind of comparing how is PowerPick functioning to how are like PowerShell and the shell command running. So for some reason, this one is just chilling out over there. If you look at the process tree. Did it just spawn ping like... Just delete that. Terminate. So if we let me kill that real quick. You see any difference back here? Yeah, it says that it died, but that's so weird. Hold on. Let's try running it one more time with PowerShell again. PowerShell, and when we run this, oh, did it finally hit the... Something weird happened there because now it looks like it actually hit the breakpoint. What the hell's going on? This is what I was talking about. So this was, I took the SpectreOps Identity-Driven Offensive Tradecraft course, and the lab for that course was set up for Cobalt Strike, and it was set up for Mythic. It was only me and one other guy who's a friend of mine that were using Mythic. Everybody else was doing it in Cobalt Strike. And we kept running into some stability issues like this. And I assumed everybody thought I was just a scrub tier dumbass. Night Ronin, hey man. Sleep function's hitting. No problem, dude. Have a good Sunday, or good night, and make sure and crush it this week. Remember, who's going to carry the boats? Red team. Who's going to carry the logs? Blue team. I don't think tasks are lazy, but some other async constructs are. Runtime automatically called move next on the task when it has unused workers thread until it's finished, as far as I know. It might. Like I said, this was just a problem I wanted to start tackling. And chances are, what's going to happen is, all this is going to be just a learning exercise because Cody was on vacation last week, and so I was really trying not to bug him. And he actually responded to me on Slack. And I said, hey, this problem will keep until you get back, man. Don't worry about it. So I told him, like, hey, respect the PTO, bro. And chances are he's going to come in Monday and be like, oh, yeah, by the way, I fixed this in my sleep over the weekend. And I just wrote the code down. That's probably what he's going to do because the guy is just a beast. All right, so why the hell is this stuck in agent processing? Because we didn't hit the debug. We didn't hit the breakpoint. And it's just spawning ping.exe directly. This is so freaking weird. Alright, you know what we'll do is we'll terminate this. So for some reason, PowerShell is taking a completely different execution path. So we'll use a different breakpoint we had. Where's code? Here we go. So this was creating the sacrificial process. This one's not creating a sacrificial process. I'm going to break on program. I'm just going to see if we hit this, what's going to... So this is in... Like, that was an execute PE standalone. Where's our tasks? Shite. Alright, let me see if it hits this breakpoint. Let's try running this again. So let's run PowerShell. And it didn't hit the breakpoint because the heartbeat never jacked up on me. So let's go kill that again. Nope, don't kill Apollo. Terminate. Let me look at something real quick. So Mythic has a really great metadata logging. So let's look at the metadata for this call. Where is it? Search output? No. That's not it. View all parameters. Here we go. So original parameters, agent parameters. PowerShell is executed inline according to documentation, so it should be a different path. Yeah. Well, not only is it executed inline, it's just spawning it, and it's not even running it. So that makes it even more weird, because I thought the PowerShell, if the PowerShell executes inline, that's cool. If the PowerShell is executing with a fork and run, actually, I take that back. If it was executing as a fork and run, at least then we'd know the problem was located in the fork and run async code. Now it's just located in God knows where. Assuming it loads a PowerShell session directly into the .NET process. I was like, the botnet process? This is not for a botnet, sir. This is for surgical work. I know, damn autocomplete. Autocomplete, I'm never saying ducking. Ever. I just want you to know that. Autocomplete engineers, it is never ducking. Tasking location is parse CLI. Actually, let me compare this to something else. So if I ran... When I ran power pick, read the README, it tells you. I was elected to lead, not to read. Creates a new PowerShell process within the Apollo process to execute the given PowerShell commands. So any PowerShell scripts loaded with PS import will be loaded into the run space before command execution, giving access to the commandlets. Dang it. Hey, stand by on that, Matt. Fucking Nightbot. Links. Options. Alright, you know what? We're just going to disable link protection for now. There we go. I'm so sick of, like, I don't want to go trying to fine-tune Nightbot. Son of a bitch. Alright. You can drop links now, all you damn fishers. Alright, so let's see what else Matt was saying. Oh boy, I know, right? Oh, so it killed it because it had PowerShell.md in it. It thought PowerShell.md was a link. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's go. Let's go RTFM. This is one of the cool things. So, actually, I'll show you something funny. So, you're linking me to this. If we go into Mythic itself... Where is it? Crap, I always forget where it is in here. Agent documentation. It's embedded into Apollo. It's part of that repo. So it actually will, you can have the documentation embedded and take it with you so you don't have to be online to go reference it. One of the more awesome features of Mythic. So hang on, so let's go look at the PowerShell command that you guys are yelling at me about. So there we go. So creates a new PowerShell run space within the Apollo process. Okay, this makes sense considering Apollo was written in .NET. Gotcha. Executes given PowerShell commands. Any PowerShell script loaded with PS import command will be loaded into the run space before command execution, giving access to any commandlets within those scripts. Okay, so let's see. So what about power pick though? Let's go look at power pick. So execute PowerShell commands in a post-exploitation job. So this command will import the most recently registered PS1 file registered using register file to import the PowerShell run space before execution. So power pick actually is a fork and run. So this just makes the conundrum a lot more fucky. Because the shell command, which is a fork and run, fails. The PowerShell command, which is not a fork and run, fails when we call an executable, but not when we call PowerShell. The shell command, the power pick command works for PowerShell and executables and is a fork and run. Yeah, so essentially you can run the PowerShell libraries in .NET without running a separate process. Yeah, that's actually pretty slick. I didn't realize that's how it did it. I thought PowerShell was a fork and run also. Let's see. Let's see what the documentation says for the shell command. Since we're already in docs land, let's go look. You are shell. Command to be executed. See, this one doesn't even give us like that cool of. Only thing it does is artifacts generate, process create. Yeah, I noticed. I noticed, bro. Close that. All right, so the mystery deepens because let's see if we can think about this. We pull up the iPad. I want to brainstorm this a bit. So what functions do we got here? We've got 4 variants, right? So we've got, let's call it the shell command here. Actually, I'm going to call it the run command because that's actually what it's doing in the background. So we've got the run command. And we have PowerShell, and then we've got PowerShell functions. And so when I say PowerShell functions, I mean it's just running pure PowerShell. It's not invoking a third executable. And then we've got PowerPick. So let's kind of just build us up a little cross matrix here. Okay, so the first thing is a fork and run. Is this a fork and run? So this one is a fork and run. PowerShell is not a fork and run. Neither is PowerShell function. PowerPick is a fork and run. And I'm going to underline these. So this one fails. This one fails. And these two actually work. It's clearly implemented badly, as theoretically you should be able to get the output as it comes instead of when the command exits. That's what I'm thinking. So what I'm thinking is if we focus on how PowerPick is operating and then compare that to how the other ones are operating, because these should be operating over a namepipe. Now, the PowerShell and functions, these two, they're not going to be using namepipe. So actually let's make that our next one. Is it using a namepipe? Namepipe. This one is going to be using a namepipe to communicate. PowerShell, and I don't know. PowerPick is definitely using a namepipe to communicate. Let's see. Quick question, a little off topic, but have you run a local AI or do you have a server running for a local AI? I used to. So at my last company, I had a big honkin' hash cracker with 8 NVIDIA Titan Vs, so I had 128 gigs of video RAM to play with. I would run some pretty big models or run multiple models side by side. So I was thinking about if I could do that in Proxmox without a GPU and just see if I needed to a dedicated server just for documents. So you could do that just running RAM and CPU. It's just not going to be as fast. And so you still have to have as much RAM as the model is going to require, right? So if it's XB, like if it's, let's say it's Llama 7B, that's 7 billion parameters. You're going to need roughly 7 gigs of RAM. Let's see. Defenders think in lists, attackers think in cross matrices. Yeah, exactly. Don't feel bad, Odie. Yeah, you can totally ask questions, dude. Actually, I hate to tell you what, I'll be right back while the ads are running because I need to get some water. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Had to get my agua. Let's see here. Man, I just cleaned my glasses. They're smudged. So PowerShell here. If I had to place a bet, I'd say PowerShell for these two are not using a name pipe. And the only reason I say that is because it's defining that inside of an internal run space, right? PowerShell is all in the native C#, so the IDE expects it to be something like a dynamic result await run space. Okay, let's go look at the PowerShell code here. That explains why the sacrificial process debug was not hitting. Where's our test? Task. PowerShell. LMN. It's ps.cs. Let's go look at. It tells us if we look at it. View parameters. Let's see. No, actually, I got a request to double check something real fast from one of the other guys in the Mythic Slack. Well, the Bloodhound Gang Slack. So that is where a lot of the coordination for Mythic happens. Let me check something. I don't know if I have Sharp Collection. What was that library? Statically compiled pen testing tools. What is it? GitHub, Windows, binary, static. Maybe this one's it. Ghost Pack is one of them. There's another one called Sharp Collection for that I really like. There was another one. It was a library for. In fact, we might just be able to install it from app. There is one for Kali where it's a whole slew of statically compiled Windows binaries. App search Windows binaries. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Windows TAC binaries. Okay, so let's install that real quick. Windows binaries. So what this is just a bunch of easy to use Windows binaries, so we could register these up to it real fast. And I think they're in opt. It's user share. User share. Yeah, Windows. Yeah. Windows resources. What's in there? Oh. Maybe this is pretty awesome. Okay, cool. So what's the difference between this and in binaries? Oh, they literally just it just shadow links over to it. Okay. Okay, but what I could do is actually I could go drop this who am I in there though. So let's do that real quick. So because there's another option here. There's execute assembly, which allows it to run a C# assembly, and we can also do execute PE, which will just run an arbitrary PE file. So what we got to do is we'll register. Nope, that's not it. Register. Really, just register file. They're all wrappers around the same function here. And what we'll do is we'll go here, go to user, share. Go to resources, binaries, and well, yeah, we'll just use who am I as an example. So what we're gonna do is we're registering that. We're tasking it to the server and then into the Apollo implant. And then what we can do is we can do execute PE. And we're gonna run just the who am I PE. So we're gonna see if this runs or if it hangs. And it's still running, so let's look at our process tree. Yeah, so it looks like it ran, maybe it ran and executed, we just didn't get anything out of it. Go see. Yep. Let's see, execute PE definitely hangs. Let's go register an assembly file. These should work just fine. So, I think I've got... don't have Sharp Collection here. Let me go grab that real quick. The one I've been using most frequently is Sharp Collection. Yeah, from Flangbig. Sharp Collection, so let me grab a copy of this. We'll go ahead and put that in user share. So CD. Got it on. Hey man, thanks for coming online. Welcome, bro. Let's CD to user share, and we'll grab a copy of this. And then we'll do sudo git clone. There we go. We'll clone down this. So this is a really thorough collection of C# binaries. Makes it really handy. Makes it very handy for testing. So now what we can do is we'll come back over to Mythic, and we'll go register Rubius. Rubius is a good one to test out. Over here, we've got a Sharp Collection. We'll use .NET 4.7, 64-bit, and we'll do Rubius. Test that. And now if we do execute assembly, we'll run Rubius, and we'll just do a triage, just to list any Kerberos tickets we've got. And this should work just fine. This one ran no problem. Oh, I tried to catch it before it returned. Yeah. And there's no Kerberos tickets in here because this machine is not domain joined. That's why we don't have any. There's no Kerberos for local use. It's only for network authentication. So execute PE and execute assembly are working. Both executes are working. Execute PE hangs. Yeah, actually, yeah. But not execute assembly. So he's saying, a couple months back I changed the standard out handling of execute PE and assembly to match what run was doing because that implementation was better and it should have been working. I don't know, man. If I could fix this tonight, I'd be so happy, but I'm not holding my breath on it. Because I would just be happy to be able to tell Cody, hey man, you know that problem? Yeah, we knocked it out. I crowdsourced it. Twitch for the win. Cody was actually pretty cool. So the only video I've got up on YouTube right now really is I think that's the only one, is my interview with Cody. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the internal workings of Mythic and some of the design choices, go check out on YouTube. And we've got about a 1 hour interview on there. Gonna head out for the night. We did have a good time for the kid's birthday, Oni. I rented a bounce house, and those kids bounced in that damn thing for 5 hours. They slept so good last night. Oh, you had to miss B-sides? Aw, man. You had to miss B-sides and your manager was a speaker there? Bro, you're getting demoted. Hey, what happened to this bad performance review? You didn't come to see my B-sides talk. That's what happened. That sucks. Actually, from all my buddies that went, they said it was a great time. And UT Arlington, which is where they held it. I'm in the Dallas area for anybody who was wondering what the hell I'm talking about. UT Arlington is where they held the local B-sides Dallas-Fort Worth meetup this past weekend. And Oni and I were both supposed to go to it and missed it because of family obligations. But from all my friends that went, they said it was a fantastic time and they had a really great venue there. Yeah, Signal Group was on fire. Those guys. It was funny because one of my buddies is the organizer. I got a message from another one of my friends saying, bro's running around yelling, where the fuck is the pizza delivery guy? Oh, damn. Fucking cracks me up. Those guys they're good folks. Okay. So let me see how this PowerShell one is functioning. Let's go take a look at the code. What code? Over here. Dummy. Alright. Let's pull this up. So where is our... Oh no, PS is different. That's the process list. Here's PowerShell. Let's bring this up real quick. Let's shrink this down. All right, so how is this functioning? We implement this task. We're going to create a couple classes here. Guest host class. Guest host interface. Start. That's right. Let's set a breakpoint on start here. Breakpoint, insert break. There we go. If you're wondering why this computer is running a little funky, it's because this is in my home lab, and so I'm RDP'd into my dev box right now. That's how this is working. Hope to get to B-sides eventually, but other than that, I'll have to say good night. All right, man. Dude, have a good night, dude. I'll be chatting with you throughout the week, you know. All right, let's run this. I want to kind of just walk through the code because that helps me understand it a little. Let's go run a PowerShell. So let's just do PowerShell get process TAC ID 5160, which is the process ID of our Apollo project. Gotta run and prepare for Cyberforce for next weekend. Hey, no problem, dude. Dakotas, thanks for stopping by, man. Welcome. It's, like I said, it's a total learning stream. People ask questions all the time, and I love it. I just like teaching. You know, Oni asked the question about AI stuff, and I just like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna hard left into AI for a minute. No problem, dude. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. All right, let's run a little PowerShell here. We'll see what we get back. Okay, oh, I was like, what's it doing? We hit the breakpoint. That was the whole point, was the breakpoint. It was the whole breakpoint. All right, so this is, step over is F10. We're gonna do F11, I think is the next step. All right, so we define the command. We're going to get the agent, get file manager, get script. Let's do. We're going to have IntelliSense on this? Guess not. Bring this back up. Here's our autos. Agent. File manager. Can I auto hide that? Oh, I can't. Sweet. Okay. Have I made any changes? Sacrificial processing. Config should have been changed, but sacrificial process actually won't. That's fine. let's see. So for file manager, chunk size 51200. Ah, damn it. Before I run into this, hang on one sec, guys. I gotta be right back. Right back. Sorry about that. I mean, not really sorry, but just a little bit sorry. Alright. Also had to stand up because my back was killing me. That's better. I had just woken up from a nap when I started the stream, so I was feeling kind of wussy. I started sitting down. And I was like, nope, this is killing my back. I gotta stand up. Alright, let's see what we got here. Do another F11. I'm gonna step through this. I'm gonna step over the iTask manager. Step over F10. And then step over that. There we go. So we're looking at this. If the string is null or empty for loaded scripts is empty. The command plus equals the loaded script. Oh, if it's not null or empty. Gotcha. So our PowerShell parameters. So we're using JSON serializer to deserialize the parameters from data.parameters. So what is data parameters here? Oh, so our parameters are exactly what we would see over here in Mythic. If we check the metadata of this command, this right here, the agent parameters. So this right here, this is what we're seeing right here. Command process. The command is get process ID 5160, which is our Apollo process. All right. So what we'll do is oh, dang it. I didn't mean to step into the serializer. So step over that. And for some reason, it's appending a couple new lines and then parameters.command. What is our parameters.command? That's that. Okay. I get what it's doing here. Because we defined parameters, it's deserialized it, and then we can. is this acquire output lock? I actually do want to step into that. What's this do? Output lock, wait, what? So, old standard out console. Old standard air console out. That's just the red stuff? Okay. Makes sense. Cody tried really hard, I was talking to him about it, to make Apollo very difficult to kill by running commands. Except for, like, you know, kill PID of Apollo. So... So we got an eventable string writer. This. You gonna let me look at this? So what is standard out SW? Standard out SW is... Oh, it's an Apollo interop class, IO eventable string. Come on. Up. There we go. So, Apollo interop class is IO eventable string writer. Interesting. Oh, okay. I see what's happening. So when an event is going to be emitted, it's going to go over into standard out. That's what it's doing. I see. So he's using a custom PowerShell host, and so if we look at PS host after this gets defined... Actually, here we go. Yeah, custom PowerShell host. So he's going to define a new GUID for it, and private custom PowerShell host UI. So here's our PowerShell host interface. Window size 120. Coordinates at 0, 0. So he's literally just initializing a PowerShell instance here. Okay. Let's see. Creating the raw UI. Why is that just empty? That's so weird. So it's using the run space factory create run space. So that little pop-up meant we hit a Windows API call. It's not a big deal. Snooze these ads for a bit annoying. Alright, so here in the pipeline command, add script command. So what is command? Oh, it's just a get process ID. With 2 backslashes. 2 line returns in it. There we go. So pipeline command 0 merge results. Merge my results. Okay. Command out default. All right, so here's our invoke task start. I actually do want to step into that one. Let's see where it goes. Oh, here we go. So we actually just defined it here. So we're defining it. We do the task start and then the task wait, the cancellation token. So if we step over this, there we go. So now we're actually seeing a worker thread, because I thought we would have seen one for some of the other things, but now understanding which ones we're forking and running, I'm not. Shit. Where's the window? Where did I see that? It was under Windows. Okay. Oh, that wasn't it. Where did I see that? In here, there's a place to choose like which windows you want to include over in here. I'm trying to remember where the hell I saw that. Breakpoint? Hey, Matt, so not just the fork and runs that are failing, because this PowerShell one, which actually executes and an internally generated PowerShell instance because it says C#, and if you didn't know that, PowerShell is just a wrapper around C# to make it more convenient to use from the PowerShell interface. But when this happens, the ones that are failing are not just the forker we've got here. And so is PowerShell and PowerShell functions. So this one's not using a name pipe. You can see that it's actually using like direct buffer read and writes back and forth. PowerPick is using a name pipe because it's spawning a sacrificial process. So is the run command, which is where the shell command also lives here. Because the shell command is just a pretty wrapper around run. So the ones that are fork and runs are the run and the PowerPick. And let's just see which ones are, let's say working. So the ones that are working are, this one is not working. This one's not working. This one is working just fine, but that's because I get what it's doing now. And then PowerPick is working. So there's not a whole lot of patterns showing up in this damn cross analysis. So unfortunately, I thought it was going to be one simple section of code we might just need to go fix. But after looking at this, it looks like, and from what from another fella was telling me over on Slack, is that it sounds like a lot of the async code is implemented in different places, and that's what's causing the issue. So, yeah, my fever dream that this was going to be real simple has quickly evaporated. Okay, so create task response. Actually, after I run this, what does response come back to? Response. What did we get from this? Got it. I don't know. Oh, okay. Actually, I meant to step over this. There we go. So now what is response going to come back to? Response is going to be... So there's the task ID that it's going to come back with, and but the output hasn't been set yet. Finally, console set out agent release lock. So our complete gets set to true, and then completed gets set. So what is our, did our response ever actually come back with anything? User output is still null here, though. Oh, here we go. So it's going to add that task response to the queue here. Just to step over that. I would have thought this user output was what's going to get sent back. Oh no, it's just setting all this up. It hasn't even started it. Task object continue, try to remove it. Alright, so looks like it continued. Did we get the data output from? Yeah, we did. Yeah. Well, my big hope was that this was going to be, like I said, one single section of code we might be able to just get this back from. Handles, 724 handles. It's funny. Damn. Okay, so I think the big one here that I want to focus on first So no idea why the PowerShell one isn't working, because it's not a fork and run, and it doesn't have a name pipe. If we're just running PowerShell functions, it works great. PowerPick is just working like a champ, though. And it is a fork and run. So maybe we just need to compare what the run task and the PowerPick task are doing, because they should both be communicating over name pipes. So let's go look at that. Let's go take a look at the run task here. Okay, run. Let's see, so we have our run parameters, we have our start option here. So let's see what it's doing here. Let's compare those two. So this one right here. So this one is using, actually, hold on, yeah. I was thinking I was gonna write the name of it, but the name is the task name. Let's see, so we serialize our JSON output. So we're going to create a task response. Then we'll create the process. So if the process equals null in the proc kill. So let's try something. Let's follow through this logic again. So what we'll do is I'm going to turn off all my breakpoints. We're going to set a new one right here. Insert a breakpoint. And then let's go send a run command to it. Let's walk through this the same way we did the PowerShell one. So what we'll do run command. The executable is going to be ping, and we'll just do 127. Well, we won't make it an infinite this time. All right, so we hit the breakpoint up a wee bit, so we can look at stuff, and let's check on it. So we have a null process. So if the string is null or empty for underscore data, so that was data underscore parameters. There were no parameters. So why is it saying that? I mean, we know the parameters are getting passed because we could see it in Process Hacker. That's such a weird check to happen. I'll have to ask Cody about this. Why is it checking, is this parameter, is data underscore parameters null before we even get to this? Is underscore data defined up here? No, it's not even defined by the time that really gets called. Where's the call stack? This gets called by an Apollo interrupt anonymous method, okay. Oh, so it's the Mythic command is the parameters.execute, which is ping. So the Mythic command is going to be that plus the parameter arguments. Yeah, which should just be 127001. Yeah. It's an object, it's instantiated somewhere. Yeah. Who would have thought this C2 code would be so damn complicated? Yeah, what I'm wondering is how come I don't see that data right here where it's checking this underscore data value. Oh, it's being set in the Apollo interop. Or at least that's where it's defined. Where it's being set, I got no clue. And thanks for the help, Big Doggy, because like I told you, my C# is scrubbed here. But it's all part of the learning. Let's see. So our parameters... Oh, no, so we're done with that part. So our mythic command is going to be the parameter of what that. So where's our mythic command? So it's just ping 127001. We're going to do parse command line. So command line out numbers. Split args, new string, number of. I'll loop through this. Finally, we're going to pointer to split args. So now what we're looking at is what are the parts of it. So the parts are null for some reason. So if they're null, it's just agent get task manager, add task response to queue, create a task response. Wait, that shouldn't give an error. Oh, because parts was not null. I hadn't completed that part. So now if we look at parts, parts is 2 parts, ping and 12700. So the app is going to be parts 0, command line 0, and then it's going to basically do a little bit of string manipulation to build the command line back. Okay, so here we go. So the agent process manager, new process by app and command line. So this is where the magic is happening, right here. So now we're starting to get into the... Oh, maybe not. This looks like... Okay, cool. It's going to go to the Apollo interop. Oh, is it going to just step over that? Damn it. It's the wrap. I guess the Apollo interrupt stuff is the wrappers around the Win32 API. Bastard. Oh no, here we go. Yeah, here we go. So it's good again. It's doing the create new sacrificial process. So this is hitting process.cs line 39. I want to pin this. Keep tab open. There we go. Because I want to keep this section right here highlighted. Highlighted, assuming. Nah, I can't. Okay. Because this is the main thing that I want right here. I want to keep an eye on this section. This is how it's creating the new sacrificial process. But for some reason, the Apollo one, or the Power Pick one is working, whereas the Run one is not. So I'm going to let it continue, finish its execution, because we've already looked at the sacrificial process part here. I'm going to pin that. And if we go back and check Mythic... Actually, let's go look at the process tree. Ping should have already completed and finished and sent back its data, and it's just not happening. So... we're going to try running this... Same thing. We're going to do, not PowerShell. Shit, what was it? Power Pick. Power Pick ping 27.00. And then let's go, we need to go set a breakpoint on the Power Pick. Here we go. So we'll set this on the Power Pick start. Where are you? Oh wait, I've already got it open. Nice. So we'll set our breakpoint. There we go. Alright, so now when we run this, it should freeze up on. Yep, it froze, so we hit the breakpoint, probably fixed. Alright. I'm just going to step through this. I bet this is following a very similar logic. It's going to do deserialization. this is going to check the string for parameters. It's going to look for the load stub ID, the PowerShell parameters, and the pipe name. Let's go look at the parameters. Okay. So this one is communicating over a name pipe. Did I miss that before? Did we not have a name pipe that was set for this? With the other fork and run? Maybe we'll have to go debug the run command again. So all those were set, so we're going to do... So we're going to do the get file manager. I'm just going to step over that one. So a new application startup info. It's 64-bit. It'll do 4-bit. Our results. So we should have a PPID listed. Check that. So then we're going to create the new process here. I'm just going to ignore that. I get what it's doing. So this one is using the agent CS version. See that? So here we go. This is what I was curious about. Oh, damn it. I didn't pin that other one. Son of a bitch. Okay, so let's look at this real quick. What's our LP application? So we're responding to System32 DLL host, and it's going to start suspended. Okay, so there's not a whole lot happening right there. We're setting up the process, setting up the attributes. Maybe I didn't do the debug far enough on the run. Ah, damn it, the ads are about to run again. That's right, I need to run to the bathroom. I'm going to let those run. I'm going to do like a 1-hour break so we can take a long, or a 3-minute ad break so it'll be done for an hour and Bezos will get his bucks and stop bugging us. So, everyone go grab a drink, grab a stretch. We'll hit this again a little bit more. So, be right back. Well, never mind. Motherfucker just ran for 30 seconds. God, that's annoying. Damn ad manager. It's crap. Let's check what this. Stocks manager. Well, that was annoying. It didn't let me do the long ad break, and I still gotta go to the bathroom. That's not empty. Start suspended equals start suspended. Okay. I'm gonna step over these because these are all the Win32 API calls for now. So we're making all of our kernel 32 calls, kernel, advanced API 32, open process token. Let's see. Environment block, destroy environment block. So exit is sacrificial process. All right, cool. So now we're going to have a process. So if we look at this, does our process have like a PID? Okay, so the PID has not been assigned yet to it. Still PID 0. So now we're in process. Check the original identity. Return whether or not we're impersonating a token, which we're not. Let's see, checking the identity manager. Getting the Windows primary. What is the current primary identity? It's not listed in here. Rude. But we should be able to see that in VRIP in just a second. Step over. Yep, so this one is using output pipes as well. This was our power pick version. Yeah. Damn it, I didn't, so I'm kicking myself because I realized I didn't run the run command debug far enough. I thought I got it to where I needed it to go, but that was just an initialization for the sacrificial process, which it has to have because it's a fork and run. So step over that, step over. So we're saying the process flag to create suspended. Doesn't show the window. Return evasion args. Nice. Let's see what else we got. Got safe start args. Step over a bunch of these. Checking if we have block DLLs enabled. For anybody who's wondering what that block DLLs is, that is, it's a trick you can do in processes to basically block non-Microsoft binaries or libraries from injecting into your process, which is what a lot of endpoint detection and response systems do. Okay, hold on. So this fella just sent me a pull request he submitted. Let's go take a look at it.
Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sound off like you got a pair.
Hellhound, first off, thanks for coming online. Second off, yes, you can hear me. You people give me trust issues. Let's see what let's see what kind of changes he made here, because he just confirmed that from the PR that he made. Wait, hold on. This says it was merged, though. This was merged. This was merged on August 17th, so did we have a reversion happen? File was deleted. Okay. We have utils.cs. What do the little question mark means? Hey, Big Doggy, do you know what the what's the question mark added here denoting in this? It's usually like some kind of conditional, hey, check if this is possible, if not, do something else. It's nullable? Okay. So if for some reason this patch function doesn't work, it's just going to set it to null. Okay. You are just a wellspring of knowledge, sir. Yeah, man. I am a high-tech, low-life hacker man's. And decided to start dipping my toe into working on command and control systems. And so this is one called Mythic. And we're working on a particular agent for it called Apollo. And it's got some bugs in it that I was trying to track down. But apparently other people smarter than me, which is common par for the course, have already found it and submitted a fix. But now I'm curious because the fellow I'm talking to on Slack actually fixed this, and it was merged on August 17th. So something happened between August 17th and now that caused it to break again. So what we're doing is... It is bisect time. Yeah. So what we're doing is we're trying to track down why a couple of the functions for the command and control framework, I'll bring it up right here, are just hanging like this. So what should happen is... Oh, well, my debugger's still running, but I'll just let it continue on its merry way. But what should happen is these should have completed and returned a bunch of data. This one works, this particular function called power pick, but when we try to just run an executable, it's just not having a good time. So that's what we're trying to figure out, what the heck is going on. So taking a look at this PR that was submitted on August 17th. So let me go see what other commits have happened since August 17th affecting these. It's pretty fun, man. I mean, a lot of it is just coding, and a lot of people think that, hey, I don't know anything about security or hacker stuff. Really, it's just trying to think about how to approach things from a different perspective. So the best analogy one of my buddies used to use is hacking is a lot like being a mechanic, or in the sense that a mechanic, if they're going to go change the spark plugs, they're going to open the hood of the car and go pull out the spark plugs and then put new spark plugs in. A hacker is going to do the same task, but rather than going and opening the hood, they're just going to go in from the tailpipe and do it that way. Much more complicated, but you want to reach the end goal, essentially. So it's just thinking of different ways to do it. Hey, dude, I like Node.js. Well, like is a strong word, but I've had a lot of experience with Node and JavaScript. So this is my first foray into C# and .NET, really. I've done a little bit of reverse engineering on it, but not a ton. And so I thought, hey, what better than just hop into this big honking project that's got a bug that I don't even fully understand the method of execution or the toolkit, which is like Visual Studio, and try to figure this out. Try restarting the callback you made, but not from being in use for so long. Oh, yeah, we could try that. I mean, it's really easy to, because the way I've got this set up, we can come over here and we can just restart the process. And when we restart it, over here in Mythic, yeah, we get an error, but I don't give a shit. And this one will end, and then we'll get the new callback. So I just hide that. Let's bring this up, and let me set the sleep value so it'll check in more frequently. What was the Node.js app that you were working on? What was it? What was the function you were trying to achieve? So, okay. All right. So he made a quite extensive change here. We got patchers. Made some changes to task, PE mapper. Let's see what changes he made to execute PE. So rather than runtime interop, he switched to threading tasks and Apollo class events. Making a silly little game. Hey dude, silly little games are the where all the cool big games start. You know? Think about Portal, right? Do you think somebody said, "Hey, I'm gonna make this big, huge, expansive universe that's only gonna consist of 2 games because Steam or Valve can't count to 3, and the whole idea is you have a portal gun, and that's the only thing you've got." I bet that started out with just a little experiment from a guy wondering, "Hey, can I even make this work in the game engine?" And then probably started playing around with it. It's like, holy crap, we can make a whole game of this. And then from there, it's just a short hop, skip, and a jump to making memes from the game. There will be cake. It didn't start in Valve, really? Man, Valve could kill me. No Portal 3, no Half-Life 3, and I was really pissed at the end of Half-Life 2 when they teased the crossover with Portal. And they're just like, we make enough selling the games. We don't need to make the games. Alright, so this was a pretty extensive merge request he did. So let's go look at Apollo real quick. On the master branch, let's look at how many commits we've had. So what commit was this? This was committed on August 17th. So how many commits have we had since August 17th? Quite a few. I think this was his preloader fixes. Yeah. Okay, so from everywhere, from here on, updated the block DLL's helper code, all port forwarding. There's so many changes that happened here. I'm not even sure where to begin with this. Yeah, Big Doggy, now you've got me wondering. History of Portal. Freeware game from Nabacler Drop, developed by students of the DigiPen Institute of Technology. Robin Walker, one of Valve's developers, saw the game at the DigiPen Career Fair. Impressed, he contacted the team with advice and offered to show their game to Valve's offices. Huh. Nuclear Monkey Software, developed by Nuclear Monkey Software. It's a spiritual predecessor to Portal. Cool. A princess called No Knees, due to her inability to jump, has it. What the fuck? Was admired by her entire kingdom, so a demon, imagining that her kidnapping would help in the conquest of the world, captures No Knees. Then he locks her inside a cage in his mountain lair, under patrol. Wally, the spirit of the mountain, was mad at the demon for creating his dungeon lair inside his home, tells No Knees he would help her escape as long as she helped defeat the demon. To escape, Princess No Knees is allowed to use Wally's magical power. She can look at any 2 flat surfaces and break reality, making an instant link between the 2 using a portal. So she must then use this to travel through 5 different chambers all the way to the final boss. That's freaking funny. The biggest issue is probably naming things, yeah. Hey Marky, what's up, dude? That's too freaking funny. I had no idea about that, Big Doggy. Thank you. That has enriched my life to know that. Alright, so now the question is... So what's the difference between this version of Execute PE and what we've got over it? Just chilling and playing Black Ops 6. Man, I am so disappointed in the last two Call of Duties. I couldn't bring myself to buy Black Ops 6. Maybe if there's a Black Friday sale for it, I'll pick it. But I like. So I had my favorite thing to do was just chill and play Modern Warfare 3, and it wasn't Modern Warfare 2. I don't freaking remember. I think it was Modern Warfare 2. But I would just sit there and play on shipment and just chill out. And I had one pop-off round where I was just slaying folks. And apparently I slayed too hard because everybody reported me for cheating. And I was like, didn't find this out till like the next match I get in. Everyone is blatantly cheating. Like, what the fuck, dude? Everybody in here is running hacks. And I get into the next match. Everybody's in there doing it again. Then it dawned on me, I'm in the freaking cheater queue. And so after that happened, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I have one pop-off round, and all of a sudden I'm in the cheater queue. Get fucked. So, yeah, I haven't really wanted to. I haven't picked up Call of Duty ever since that happened. It's been better than the rest of them. Like I said, Marky, I'm not paying full price for it, and so maybe if it goes on sale, coming up for like the holidays, I'll grab a copy, but it's gonna have to wait until then. Right now, I've been perfectly happy playing 7 Days to Die and just building my little zombie apocalypse survival base. So pretty extensive PR, so trying to track down the source though. Making my head hurt trying to track this down. Let's look at the runpe.cs. Let's see. Let's look at this. Let's look at the file here. This is the updated version. Could we diff this against? I mean, one thing we could always do is just go diff it over in like VS Code. But actually, I think the run PE is actually fairly small. Better than the rest of them. Is it much for when everything is cache gouging? Yeah, no kidding. I really, dude, I have so many fond memories of like 2010 Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2, and just having a blast and playing on the Xbox. Everything was nice. It was a fun game, and that was the last Call of Duty I played until like the recent 2, not Black Ops 6, but like I think Modern Warfare 2 and 3. And then after that, I was just like, this just does not. I don't know. I was expecting more. I don't know how else to explain it. So where did he add the threading task? Let's see. There's a task factory. A lot of this code looks very similar. That's what I'm trying to see. Hey, Noom, how you been, man? I hadn't seen you in a while. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. It was a good Sunday. I got to chill out with the family a lot. My freaking kids are just obsessed with Lego Batman. My brother showed it to them when they spent the night over at his place, and now every Sunday they're like, "Want to watch Lego Batman?" I'm like, damn it! All right, fine. That's a funny movie, but oh my god, kids, you pick a different movie. I tried to get them to watch Justice League. I'm like, hey, let's go watch the animated Justice League, and the first 3 episodes are like a continuing storyline, and they lost interest after the second one. Damn it. Start executing task. Look at this PR again. We had 16 commits here. Just let them see the Lego Batman games. Oh no. Thankfully, I don't think they know the Lego Batman games exist, but how come, Marky? Just because they'll be obsessed with it? Because I could totally see that happening. He took out 712 lines and added 4. So there's the PR. Was this referenced from a... This reference an issue? Alright, let's look at what he... So we have clean up unused debug macros, added section to initialize data check, added a mem discardable check, clean up debug macros, fixed PE section size calculation, fixed relocations, fixed image-based patch to remove get module hook, added a check for copy code, added execute PE IAT hooks, and what else? We had merge remote tracking branch, so merge branch master into it, fixed warnings in PE mapper.cs, fixed warnings in util, and exit, change execute PE standard IO handling. Let's look at this. So changes the sacrificial process standard IO handling to have Apollo read directly from the sacrificial process standard IO stream rather than the sacrificial process setting up a standard IO redirect. Removes the need for cleaning up patches since the native process can now call its exit routines without issue. Modifies the Apollo sacrificial process handling to read from the standard IO handles rather than the initial name pipe. So, okay, so it looks like when it used to do it over a name pipe, and now it's doing a direct IO read. That's a much better solution. Deleted a bunch of code. So I want to know where we can go find this. It's better, except it doesn't work. So it did work, because this guy, he just pulled his own code from this. I mean, we could go try this actually real fast. So if we go pull the... If we go pull this commit, right? Where was the merge on this? So if we go pull this commit and we run it, we can see if it works. So let's go see if we can do. We'll go ahead and stop and let's go. That's our git changes. Do I have git installed on here? I don't know if I do or not. Do I have Choco installed? I do. Choco install git. Alright, so let's install git, and then I gotta remember how to check out a particular git. Git. Check out. Git. So how to check out or clone from a specific git commit ID. Git log, git stash, and git checkout commit hash. That's it? Okay, cool. Go get the commit hash first. Copy the full hash. Okay. Once we've got git installed, Because we do have some changes made in here. I need to go make a copy of a... Yeah, I can do it again. It'll be a good exercise to go reset up the config. Come on, Choco, don't fail me now. Probably gotta restart PowerShell. Do I have the terminal program in? This should be... I think it's in repos, is that it? What was my path to this? Let's see. Source repos Apollo. There we go. CD to source. Apollo. I gotta install the terminal. Those terminals. A freaking mosquito bit me in my own house. Bastard. Okay, I'm gonna run the ads real fast here. Because then, or it starts again. And we'll kick up again in just a second, guys. Be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. Now, I know the ads aren't done yet, but I just had to run to the bathroom. Plus, then we'll be done with ads for the rest of the stream. Alright, let's see. CD. Apollo. Do git stash. Get out. What if we still have our ID? Yep. All right, cool. Now that we're there, let's go. I think something big. Big.cs. There we go. All right, so we gotta go reset up our config now. There, so we'll take this out. There's that one. Go over if HTTP segment. Here we go. So we need to get the RSA key real quick from Mythic. So let's go. So to get that, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. Actually, let's go hide this callback because this one's going to be Dunzors. Hide that. And then if we come over to payload, we look at the metadata here, we'll be able to get all the information, which is... Actually, first thing we need is this UUID. So our payload user ID, UUID, right there. And then we're going to get the encryption key. This guy, right? Set this, and we should be... There we go. So with those two pieces set, we should now be able to just run this. I'm going to turn off all the breakpoints for now, and we should see a new callback inside of... Nope. And you know why? Because I didn't set the damn IP address. Little bit. I am so smart. SMRT. This value here. Stop. I gotta reset the config because I'm a dummy. We didn't tell it where to talk to. There we go. SMRT. Yeah, we have a new callback. Excellent. Excellent, Smithers. All right, so let's go try this again real quick. So let's try our run example. Executable is just who am I? Ask. Oh, dang it, I forgot the sleep value. So this guy's commit is working. So somewhere between this commit and the current branch, stuff got fiddled around. Oh, the question is where? It's bisecting time, right? Oh, if only I had, like, Primogen's know-how to squeeze through this. Alright, trying to think how to approach this now. Sleep 0, next 1. Set that real fast. Oh, you know what happened here is we there's a version mismatch. So the version that we're running on the Mythic server and in the Apollo agent are different. Let me try something real quick. I'm gonna run Mimikatz. I think it's LSA dump Sam. Just want to see if this works. Which really, this is just a wrapper around like execute PE. So that's all working. Got the sys key. I'm gonna go tell this guy at the end. That's definitely working. So he said there's a lot of redundant code I pulled out, and I changed out the standard out handling. The execute PE sacrificial process used to load the PE into memory, intercept the standard out of the process, and then redirect that back through a pipe to Apollo. Instead, I changed it so that Apollo would set up a sacrificial process with the standard out handle connected directly to a new named pipe rather than a sacrificial process needing to manage the named pipe. So I split up the commits in the PR to make it easier for Cody, since there were a ton of changes and most of them were just removing old stuff. Hey Gan, how you doing? It is morning depending on where you're at. It's very, very evening for me now. We just had the time change in the States, so everything's an extra hour different. So we're back finally at GMT -6 rather than -5. God, I really hope they get rid of daylight savings time. It's so freaking. Just, it does nothing good. And did you know that it actually increases heart attack risks? Yeah, they found out that people have more heart attacks after the time change, forward and backwards. Go figure. So if we really, God, that's so, I'm trying to think of how to do this. So Doggy, what I'm thinking is brute forcing this, because I am just a brute and not that smart, is, so we've got the commit chain here, right? So this is the one that worked, right? So what I'm thinking is basically we jump up and we see if it breaks, and if it doesn't, then we jump back. And if it works, we just keep jumping forward. Get bisect. Of course, you have a cool tool for this. So what is this? Use a binary search to find the commit that introduced a bug. Okay. Uses the binary search algorithm to find which commit in your project's history introduced a bug to you. Is this what they do in GitHub, where it's the blame function? Use it by first telling it a bad commit that is known to contain the bug and a good commit that is known before the bug was introduced. Then git bisect picks a commit between those two endpoints and asks you whether the selected commit is good or bad. Oh, this is just going to automate the very manual process I was about to do. Big Doggy, you are freaking awesome. You're the man. Okay. So basic command. So we do a git bisect start. We do bad, which is sets it to the current version. Or could we just do good to set it to the current version, and then we do bad afterwards? Does it have to be in this exact order? Why don't days start when the sun rises? Well, in the old days, Gan, it used to be the day actually began when the sun went down. So that's why, like on the old Jewish calendar, that's how it worked. Was at sunset was the end of the day and the beginning of the new day. Wrong button. Yeah, there we go. And so if you're wondering like how that might be, like, so for on the like for the Jewish Sabbath, it starts Friday evening, and it ends Saturday evening when the sun goes down. So it's from sunset to sunset, because that was one day in the old Jewish time. Hey Vertex, welcome in, man. Let's see. Hey, Big Doggy, do I need to specify the bad one and the good one in this order, or can I specify the good then the bad? for the bisect here. Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. We're messing with some code, and we're trying to figure out where a bug got introduced. So we're working with a program called Mythic C2, and it's kind of like it's a command and control framework for doing offensive security work. So penetration testing, red teaming, and there's a bug in there somewhere. We're trying to find it. Bad Driver, thanks for coming online, man. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. By the way, for all my new folks, I mentioned this earlier, but if you didn't know, my name's obviously Blaze. I have been in IT for 14 years. Coding is not my strong suit, so this is my first, really my second kind of foray into coding. I've done a lot of JavaScript because I wrote a front end for a different C2 system called Deimos. But this was a completely different beast because I don't really know C# and .NET all that well. I'm not super familiar with Visual Studio because everything I did was in Node, so I just did it in Visual Studio code. And debugging is not my strong suit either. So I decided I'm just going to eat the elephant one bite at a time really fast. I want to check out the later commit, but I have no idea I've ever used it. I just know it exists. Oh, okay. So I'm new to programming, and everything's just going around and trying to find a new person to watch and learn. Okay, man. Dude, welcome in. I'm a big proponent of what I call the FA-FO loop, or the HA-FO loop. Hack around and find out. Actually, Bad Driver, no, he's not in the chat right now, but there is a buddy of mine on the Discord. You do !Discord, and his name is, hold on, I think he changed it. Let me go double check. I don't know if he changed his name or not. Let me go see. He had changed his handle at one point. Yeah, Wheat. So if you talk to Wheat on Discord, I think he's actually going through a cybersec degree on WGU. So I'm pretty sure. Don't hold against me if I'm wrong, but I think that's where he's doing his. So he would be a good person to go ask about that. Okay, so I think what we'll do is, okay, so once you've specified at least one bad and one good commit, git bisect selects a commit in between. Okay. Okay, so you could just tell we're gonna start a bisect. We do good and bad. Yeah, no problem, man. I want to say WGU I've heard really good things about. I think they've got a lot of ties over into like the 3-letter agencies. But I honestly do not recall, so I might just be leading you astray, and if that's the case, I apologize in advance. Alright, let's go try this. Interface, here we are. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. So let's do a get bisect. Oh, so this is just the exit. So we can do a good or bad, and then we can do, I think that's it. Okay. So current one we've got is good. So get, I don't know why I deleted that. Get bisect good. You need to start by get bisect start. Oh, yes. Okay, so then what we can do now is we can we need to jump back to head. We just do get checkout head. Think so? Oh, do I need to stash that again? This head dot hit. We're gonna add the config.cs to this real fast. Let's throw it at the top. Config.cs. We'll ignore that for now. Ah, son of a bitch. You can start good and then do get, do bad branch name. Does it have to be a branch, or can I do a particular commit? Because they're both in the master branch. I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's go ahead and stop you fast. Yeah, if we do a commit, it's no problem because I could get commit message. Let's do get testing. And let me go undo change I just made. I don't want to save any changes here. Save that. That should undo that. Then what we'll do is we'll do git. We'll do testing changes. Fatal, unable to auto detect email address. Ugh, you're killing me. I'll need to rebase. Oh, I didn't expect to have to go through a freaking Git tutorial again. Back in the day. Alright, that's fine. Well, I just undid it, so... I thought I undid the git ignore. This way? Damn it. I just wanted to do git changes. Revert. There we go. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna use the GUI. That just put me in the head branch, didn't it? Let's see. Just need to stash and stash pop. Okay. Let's do this. Then we'll do git stash. Okay. And then where do we change it to? Oh crap. How do we change? I'm trying to remember how to change back to the head of the project. Go to latest. Just git checkout branch name. Okay, so probably just git checkout master. If you run only git checkout or something else to move your head once, you can. Branch name, I believe, is master. Yeah, because he merged it into the master branch, I think. Yeah, master branch. So just git checkout master. Checkout. Master. And then I think we should do git bisect bad. Let me blow this up for y'all. Sorry, I installed the terminal program just so I could make this larger for y'all to read it. Now do git stash pop. Okay. That makes sense. Alright. Let's go try it now. Alright, cool. Looks like it's doing it. Okay. Let's try running it. Let's see if it connects back over to Mythic. Hide that. It is thinking. Hey, there we go. Let's try this. So let's do the Mimikatz again. Mimikatz, LSA dump Sam. I'm learning all sorts of useful shit tonight. Okay, so it looks like this was a bad one, because this should have completed much faster than now. Let's go check Process Hacker and see if we still got it. Actually, it looks like it's still running, because I see a run DLL 32 happening here. So we'll give this just a minute to go run and do its thing. Okay, so that finished. Okay, cool. So this is a good. So this should bump up the commit, right? So if we come over here, we'll do get good. Or get bisect good. Good. There we go. Oh, did that kill my changes to the Git, to the config.js? Or config CS, I should say. Yeah, I was just thinking that, because I didn't stash it and pop it. Bring this down, because I'm not going to be debugging for a while. Looks like it kept it, actually. Interesting. Yeah, here's hoping. All right, so we'll let this run again. We'll see if we get another callback. Because I'm so glad you showed this to me, Big Doggy. Because I was going to do this manually. Hey, Melbeck, thanks for coming online, dude. Welcome into the malware debugging session. All right, let's do the same thing here. Mimikatz. Do LSA dump Sam. It's not a deal that it's causing it's no problem that it's causing I don't know what I was gonna say. Never mind. Ain't no thing. So it's still running. Come on, run DLL 32. All right. That finished. All right, cool. So that's a good commit there for this. We should probably be doing additional tests, though. I just realized. So, like, we should be probably doing, like, a run command and run, like, a who am I? So, because let's look at our cross matrix. Which ones were broken? PowerShell and run commands were broken. Now, if we look at the metadata from the Mimikatz here, it's actually just doing a run command, if I remember right. Yeah, it's like doing like an execute PE, but that worked. Now, what if we did PowerShell whoami.exe? Now, if I wanted to be really slick, there's actually an eventing engine that I need to learn about in Mythic where I could say as soon as the new callback comes in, do this. Okay, so PowerShell is still broken in this example. I don't think this is expected behavior. I don't know if this is expected behavior, but I'm going to say this is still working. Because these are the two biggies that I need. This is kind of a corner case here, where PowerShell is not running these executables. Let's try PowerPick again real quick for completeness. Whoami.exe. Give this just a second. Yeah, so this one's still working. So for some reason, the PowerShell one is failing. But you know what? I'll take it for now, because these are the two big ones here that I really needed to run. We try one more thing. Let's register. Crap, that was the wrong command. Register a file. And let's go get our Windows binaries. Let's get... We're going to use the who am I from that. Ask that. And then what we'll do is we'll do execute PE. Once that finishes. So what it's doing right now is it's caching it on the server, and then it's going to cache it over into the Apollo process. And run it without arguments. Which I'm pretty sure the Mimikatz version that's in here, it's using a built-in version of Mimikatz with... It's in Mythic, and it's just using execute PE behind the scenes. Interesting. So this one did not work. Invalid access memory loop. Okay, I'm going to say this one worked here. I'm going to say it was good because Mimikatz worked and the run executable who am I worked. It's just the execute PE is not functioning. So what we'll do here is we're going to come back and we'll do get bisect good again. And then what we need to do is go kill. Then how do we check out what our current... Just for shits and giggles, get show dash. Get rev parse head. Go try it. Okay, cool. So it did actually move us up to the latest one. Cool. So let's go, we'll go rerun this mirror. And let's go see if we got a new callback. We did, callback 7. So let's try Mimikatz, LSA, dump Sam. We'll let this cook for just a second here. Oh, I'll have to have when Cody comes back from vacation on Monday. I'll have to ask him to, hey, can you run me through the eventing engine so I can try this real quick? Because what I could have done is, if I understood the eventing engine, when these new callbacks happen, I could have had it issue this whole task list of commands and had it run automatically, and we wouldn't have to sit here and wait for it. Funny history. So Cody actually started this project. Hey, so this still worked. It's still executed in here. So then, what else did we run? We ran just the executable I. Then we did PowerShell who am I, PowerPick. Ooh, okay, so here's where it's breaking. Look at that. So this one, we're gonna mark this one as a bad. So for some reason the execute PE is working, but this is not execute PE, this is different. Look at the metadata. This is just to run an executable. Okay, so I'm gonna mark this one as bad. We'll see what it says. Kill this. All right, so we'll do get bisect bad. 3 revisions left to test after this one, so roughly 2 steps. All right, cool. We'll run it again. This is so damn handy. I'm learning so much. All right. New callback. Okay. Let's try this again. Mimi Cats. LSA dump Sam. Because then what we could do is, once I figure out how to get this one and the other function working, we can then go look at the other ones, like for the XQP and the other XQPE and the PowerShell one, or the Power Pick. I think so. I at least want to get through and identify which commit was the bad one, so I can post that up there. All right, things are happening. Because once I identify that bad commit, at least I can tell Cody, hey, by the way, I went through the bisect and was able to find this. That's a good one. You know, it's a good one? Chris Bro just came online. That's a very good one. Welcome in, dude. Okay, so that one will be, we'll mark that as a good commit. So get bisect. Good. And then let's try this next one. I'm in the wrong window. Here it is. We'll see if we get another call. This should hopefully... It's been working great having the... I don't know, whatever changes we made to the config file, it's just carrying them over, which has been super handy. All right, cool. So that's good. And we have a new callback. Nice. So I'll go ahead and I'll run these in different order, because then I can have that one running while I type this out. So Mimi Cats, LSA dump Sam. Okay, cool. So that worked and that worked. Oh, actually, well, we're gonna wait and see. Hold on. Ooh, so this one is a bad one here. Because in callback 8, both of them worked. Callback 9, one of them works and one of them is broken. And this means the execute PE function is bad and the run function is still good. So I'm going to mark this one as a bad. Ideally, I think what we should have done is just picked one of these. Now that I understand the bisect process a little more, picked one and gone through and just said good, bad, based on that one function. We're kind of muddying the waters here a little bit, but it's all right. It's okay. Okay, so we'll do get bisect bad. Okay, and then so I think we're at our last add support linking for web shell. What would have changed in there? Interesting. But now I think we run this. We'll see. Got our new one back, so let's try this again. Wait, hold on. Oh no, that was a good commit. It worked. Hold on, is there a way to back that up? I want to go back to that other commit there. Hold on 1 second. Let's look at the bisect stuff that Big Doggy sent over. So after a bisect session, to clean up the bisection state and return to the original head, issue the bisect reset. Oh, so you can return to a different commit instead. Okay. So we can reset it to that previous commit because I may have jumped the gun. Look, callback 9 on the previous commit, it actually did work. But did it hang? And then when we closed the agent, it did that? Like, did it finally do something during the cleanup? I'm standing by, Big Doggy. I'm waiting for more of your wisdom because it's been carrying the dates. It's been carrying all this endeavor tonight. Just gonna stand here looking pretty. Never mind. Ah, you're killing me, bro. I don't know either. All right, hold on. I'm gonna kill this real quick. Let's come back over here. So I believe, so this is the current commit we're on right now, right? So if we do a rev head parse, yeah. So we're here. So this was the previous commit we were working on. So I'm gonna grab this, and the command it's saying we can do bisect reset to a particular commit. So let's do that. So get bisect reset. Wait again. Damn it. Wait again. Never mind. You're giving me whiplash, doggy. Come on, bro. Oh, too funny. Okay, hold on. All right, so 10 is dead. Okay, that's fine. We'll close 10 down. I should have renamed each of these tabs with what the commit ID was, so I could have just found it real easy. Let's come back over here. I want to try something. So I'm going to run this again. And just for completeness sake, if we do rev head, yeah, we're on the 369 CD commit, which I said was bad, but it could possibly be good. So we're going to go redo that one real fast. Okay, so here's 11. Go grab these commits here. So we'll do a run. Back over here. Dewey cats. So what I was looking at is here in the process tree, I did not see the run DLL 32 happening here. I reset, so I lost all the bisect history. I'm not actually so upset about that, doggy, for one reason, and that is we could come through, and I realize I'm trying to debug multiple issues here, right? So, because each of those are different tasks. When we tell it to run Who Am I, it's a run task, and we tell it to run Mimikatz, that's an execute PE task. Oh wait, there we go. I just saw the run DLL 32 spawn. So this is a good commit right here. So let's go see if I didn't just totally screw it up. So if we do a get bisect good here. Sad. Okay, at least I can tell him that, hey, no. Son of a bitch. Okay. Let me come back up here. Let's go stash our changes real quick. So let's do a get stash. Okay, let's go try that then. Get bisect start. See what it says. See, this one says waiting for both a good and a bad commit. So where did we check this out? Bisect bad master? Ooh, nice. Okay. Bisect bad master. Waiting for a known good commit. Get bisect good. And then we go get the commit ID for the pull request that was working. Which I think was this one? This one? No. Where was it? Commit ID. Here we go. I didn't want to. I just wanted to copy it. There we go. All right, so we do. This is the. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay. It's okay. We just hold down the delete button for a minute. Get bisect. Good. Okay. Awesome. So now, merge branch master into Mythic 3. So now we're going to have to start this process all over again. It's fine. Let's close that. And then let's come over to Mythic again. I'm going to close these guys down. I think that's reporting. That's miter. Where the hell is the eventing? Let me go find this real quick since we had to start this process over again. Let's do Mythic C2 eventing. I think you can just skip to the one you know is good. I could possibly, but I'm going to do this a little bit different, doggy. I'm going to debug the execute PE because that's the important one, because that's what allows Mimikatz to run. This was actually a showstopper for me in some of the work I was doing on Friday. So if I can figure out where that one's broken, I can get Cody to fix just that one, then I can continue doing the work I was doing come Monday, no problem. Okay. So where is this? So rather than trying to debug those two commands, I want to just have it debug that one command. And here I thought I was going to actually end the stream a little bit early. Nope. All right, so all these are gone. So let me do bulk actions, hide multiple, hide them all. Okay. Services. Wrapper payload, service GraphQL, operational data, eventing. Aha! Here we go. Have an example event. Guess not. Create and test. Why not? This isn't gonna work. This is for trigger data. Okay, I'll have to go. I'm not going to mess with this tonight then. Especially if we're just going to be debugging the one issue, which is the Mimikatz one. So, close out of this. Let's go back over here. Let's start us up a new copy. Boom. Hey, there we go. Okay. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. This is the one that we're using, so this is going to be the name of the tab. The tab description. It's so ugly. That's fine though. Okay, so Mimikatz, LSA dump, same. So I'm going to just figure out where this particular function fails because this is covering the execute PE function. Oh, you know what? I wonder why it's taking so much longer, because the sleep value is set to 10. Can I change that in the config file? Callback interval 0. There we go. All right, so that's a good. So we'll go mark that as a good commit. So get bisect good. And then we'll go copy that real fast. You out. We're gonna make a new one. So now we're gonna wait for callback 13. Awesome. Set the description. Be that commit ID, and then we're gonna run the same. Let's do again Mimikatz LSA dump. Sam. There we go. So changing it in the config file, now it's like bam, 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 checking in. So it should hopefully run a lot faster now, because what it has to do is it has to send that PE over to Mythic at least the first time, and since we're starting new agents every single time, every time is the first time. All right, cool. So that one works. And that is another get bisect good. Copy that, and then we'll go start up the next one. And I'm so glad you showed me this bisect function, because I was just going to do this shit the hard way. Right, set tab description. Then Mimikatz, LSA, dump, Sam. Alright, cool. So that one's working there. Perfect. So then we'll mark that one as a good commit. And we'll just keep on jumping. That's not the right button. Here we go. So, did I kill it? Yes, I did. Start it. What I should have done is actually set the description over here. I don't know if you can change that description, but come to think of it. Mimikatz, let's say dump. Try that real quick, actually. Edit data. Edit description. There we go. Yeah, that's the way I should have done this. Set tab description. Listen. So for 12, edit description. There we go. This way I'll be able to keep track of these much easier. Set the description here. This way I'll be able to very quickly identify which commit ID to these. This is much better. Edit that description. Wait, that's not right. Those are both the same. Well, that's okay. I think we hit a bad one. Which commit are we on? Oh, I didn't copy it. That's why. Okay, so the current commit is the bad one, and I had it. That's fine, though, because I need to change it up. So, description. So, in our process tree, what do we see? We don't see anything coming back from Apollo. So I'm going to try something where I close this. Get any kind of a callback. Nope, it's just Dunzors. Okay. So this one will be marked as a bad. At least we can run this and we can do this kind of unit test super fast. That is one of the nice things about this. Only thing that would have made it faster is if I understood the eventing syntax, so we could just make this automatically run. So that's description. So Mimikatz, LSA, dump. Ah, hit the wrong. I did Sem instead of Sam. But that should be okay, because even if it fails, we should get output back. Disconnect on name pipe. Okay, so this has to be... the process tree. So yeah, Apollo doesn't have any processes running. We'll let it run for just a second here. But the other ones came back pretty quick. Let me try modifying this and actually running the correct command real quick before I just call this dead. So we see run DLL32 happening here. Okay, so the DLL has exited, and yeah, we're not getting anything back. So this one is bad. Oh, that's funny. It actually does change. It does save it. Okay. Let's close that out. We'll mark this one as bad also. Oh, so maybe when the jump psexec and the jump wmy commands were added, maybe that's when it broke. That would make total sense. Okay. I didn't run it. This should be the last one we have to run. Dump the sand. Go. There's run DLL32 doing its happy business. So run DLL32 exited. And we did not get any data back. Okay. So we can mark this one as bad as well. So then let's see what it tells us when we do this. Looks like Cody's the one who broke it. Yep, and this makes total sense because the jump psexec and the jump wmy commands are wrappers around other tasks that happen. So, okay, cool. So, fixed it, but we know where the bug was introduced. It was introduced in this commit. So, we can start working backwards, at least for the execute PE command. Freaking fantastic, which is perfect because it is midnight and I need to sign off. So let me go check. By the way, for everybody who's in here, I know a lot of you are looking at programming stuff, but if you're more interested in cybersecurity, there's a really cool site called infosecstreams.com up here. And this site will show you, like, if anybody's doing like hacking activity and you want to learn more about that, a lot of people do web apps. They'll go do Try Hack Me, Hack the Box, CTFs, doing some coding, developing, all sorts of stuff. So this is a good place to check. Fortunately, this is usually what happens is we're the last of the Mohicans that are on here whenever this comes up. So let's go check. Someone else we can go raid out to. We can finish off tonight. Let's see. Bash is on. She's working on. Let's go take a look here. See what we got. I'm not sure what this guy's doing, but he's working at Game Maker Studio, so we can go raid out to him fast. Yeah, we'll just go give him a raid. Everyone, y'all have a fantastic Sunday. Remember, the week is going good. And I want y'all to start it off really strong. Remember, who's going to carry the boats? Red team. Who's going to carry the logs? Blue team. It's a dumb David Goggins joke. But everyone, y'all have a fantastic week. I hope y'all kick ass. Start it off strong so you can finish it strong. And I want y'all to remember one thing. I love you. Peace.